vast majority of Microsoft's available patches fix unchecked buffer problems, but what about applications developed in-house? They are just as susceptible as commercial applications to buffer overflow attack. It is therefore critical that you understand how they work and perform vulnerability testing on your homegrown applications prior to deployment. A buffer overflow is an exploit that takes advantage of a program that is waiting on a user's input. There are two main types of buffer overflow attacks: stack-based and heap-based. Heap-based attacks flood the memory space reserved for a program, but the difficulty involved with performing such an attack makes them rare. Stack-based buffer overflows are by far the most common. Depending on where does the overflows goes to, either affecting A. User data, B. System data, C. User program code, D. System program code. Here a really basic buffer overflow as code here. I got a couple different variables, but they do not have any coordinations between the size of them, the size data that's stored in these variables, and there is no checking to make sure this thing is too long or this buffer is too small, because there is no checking of buffer size. If I stick too much data in one, it can actually make the other one blow up. Or application that asks you to log in the input title, it says username must be between 6 and 24 characters. What I tried to do to manipulate this code, actually I type in 24 characters and then maybe some extra stuff like command or some kind of code or something to find out whether the software or this application actually processing a bit of data I send. So if I put in all this bit of data, either that code after the 24 characters to be past the shell execution or the application to be filtered. If the application going to filter, that's good coding. The BO flaw is when the application fails to check for the length of it and simply put all that data on stack. The application might read the first 24 character and then 25 subsequent are still floating around there somewhere. If there is another error, either subsequent error in the code or compiler error, now that code starting at code 25 actually gets executed.